From Keene in the Shire, the Liberty Media capital of the world, this is Daryl W. Perry, host of FPP Radio News for Sunday, August 20th, 2017. Silver is trading at $17.02 per ounce. Gold is valued at $1,286 per ounce. Bitcoin is trading at 3.9 cents, and the average price of Bitcoin is $4,073. Antiwar.com reports UN aid chief Stephen OBrien issued statements on Friday slamming the Saudi-led coalition attacking Yemen along with the Saudi-backed government in South Yemen, saying they are unilaterally denying and excessively delaying entry of humanitarian aid into northern Yemen. This has been a recurring problem throughout the war, as the Saudi coalition's first act was to impose a naval blockade. Since then, they've tried to funnel aid shipments overwhelmingly to Aden, the de facto capital of their allies, while attacking and blockading Hodada, the last northern port. O'Brien insisted it was simply wrong for the coalition to insist that cargo go through Aden instead of Hodada, urging the country to endorse a UN mechanism for allowing shipments into northern Yemen. The port is badly damaged, and donated cranes to replace those destroyed in prior Saudi attacks have been stuck in Dubai, lacking Saudi permission to be installed. The use of Hodada for food and medical aid would be particularly vital because of the cholera epidemic in the region. The Saudis have argued that Aden is simply a safer port and a more efficient one for aid shipments, mostly coming from Djibouti. While this is the case in theory, in practice, aid shipments into South Yemen never get into the Shiite-dominated north, meaning that the region most impacted by the blockade aren't even relieved by shipments into Aden at all. For over 40 years, Roberts & Roberts Brokerage has been a trusted source for buying and selling precious metals. Gold, silver, platinum, and palladium. They don't feed the banks. They're Bitcoin preferred and have removed the minimum purchase amount for all orders paid in the digital currency. Call Roberts & Roberts Brokerage today for knowledgeable advice on buying and selling precious metals and a forward-thinking approach to new technologies. 800-874-9760 or visit online at rrbi.co. UPI reports with millions of people expected to travel into the path of totality for Monday's solar eclipse, the U.S. Department of Transportation said traffic accidents are more likely and issued guidelines for safe driving during the event. The DOT issued a list of bullet points for motorists to heed during the eclipse. Do not stop or park on the side of the interstate or throughways. Not only is it a traffic violation for motorists to stop on a highway unless they're experiencing an emergency, it also increases the likelihood of an accident. Do not take your eyes off the road to view or photograph the eclipse. Do not wear eclipse safety glasses while driving. These glasses filter out most visible light, essentially blinding motorists. Turn on your headlights when the sun is mostly or entirely blocked, and avoid unnecessary road travel during the eclipse. When you hear the word lobbyist, you probably think about greedy corporations, but not all lobbyists are the same. Some are fighting for the freedoms you hold dear. Liberty Lobby LLC is doing just that in New Hampshire, working hard to represent you, not some special interest group. You can help by going to libertylobby.info, where your contribution will give us the tools we need to ensure that your voice is heard. Visit libertylobby.info today to find out more. Reuters reports tens of thousands of people took to the streets of Boston on Saturday to protest a free speech rally featuring some far-right speakers. Rally organizers had invited several speakers who were confined to a small pen that police set up in the historic Boston Common Park to keep the two sides separated. Organizers of Saturday's rally in Boston denounced the white supremacist message and violence of the Charlottesville rally and said their event would be peaceful. Republican U.S. Senate candidate Shiva Ayyadurai spoke at the rally, surrounded by supporters holding Black Lives Matter signs. Ayyadurai said in his speech, "We have a full spectrum of people here. We have people from the Green Party here. We have Bernie supporters here. We've got people who believe in nationalism." Police estimated that as many as 40,000 people packed into the streets around the nation's oldest park. City officials had spent a week planning security for the event, mobilizing 500 police officers, including many on bikes, and placing barricades and large white dump trucks on streets along the park. The rally never numbered more than a few dozen people, and its speakers could not be heard due to the shouts of those protesting it and the wide security cordon between the two sides. It wrapped up about an hour earlier than planned. The Boston Police Department said 33 people were arrested, largely for scuffles in which some protesters threw rocks and bottles of urine at police dressed in riot gear. This has been FPP Radio News. Online at fppradio.com.